Hi guys, and welcome back again to the Tech YouTube channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing and quick preview of the SilverStone's brand new chassis from their Kublai series, the KL06. As you can see by the writing right below the name of the chassis, this model comes in a MicroATX format, and that's actually easy to guess if you just glance at the picture on the front of the box and on the back, where you will find a detailed layout of the chassis' inner components. Going further around the box, you'll find some features overview, a short introduction of the chassis in a few paragraphs, and a rundown of basic specifications. Removing the case out of the box, we are greeted by the simple yet well thought out design. The KL06 for the most part uses steel for its construction, and of course a little bit of plastic, which as usual dominates the front. On that front panel, on its top part, we have two 5¼ inch drive bays. On the left side, power on and reset button with LED lights, and just below it, two USB 3 ports and a headphone and microphone jacks. The biggest portion of the front panel is covered with a steel mesh which carries SilverStone's logo on it and which serves a purpose of dust filter, which can easily be removed for cleaning and for getting access to the two pre-installed 120mm fans. Speaking of the filters and fans, on the top back portion of the chassis, SilverStone put a magnetic fan filter and a spot for installing a 120mm exhaust fan. Going to the back of the chassis, right away you can notice that the layout isn't standard but rather upside down. More on that later on once we open up the case. Power supply cutout is situated on the top, hole for IO shield and spot for the exhaust fan on the bottom, while 4 expansion slots are in the middle, locked down by this bracket. Both side panels are held down with these thumb screws, which have a nice addition of plastic nut, so you don't scratch the metal during screwing. Removing the side panels right away, you can see that the component layout is completely turned around, as you have to go to the right side of the chassis to get access. Before we take a closer look of the insides, here we have a small bag with accessories and a nice thick manual with very detailed information and installation process for this model. The first thing you'll probably notice is this nice big motherboard tray, which you can actually pull out by removing the screws for easier installation. The left side is dominated by this dedicated 8-slot 2.5-inch toolless drive cage, which is really rare sight considering that the drive cages are usually here for 3.5-inch drives. Don't worry, there is still a spot on the bottom below the drive cage for one 3.5-inch drive. A good portion of the top part of the chassis is covered with this, so to speak, metal curtain, stretching from left to right. Behind it we have an installation spot for those two 5¼ inch drive bays on the left and power supply on the right. This cover also serves a great purpose of hiding the cables and simplifying the job of doing a good cable management. Speaking of the cable management, backside behind the motherboard hides a lot of routing holes, which unfortunately don't have rubberized pass-throughs, but beside them at least you'll get a lot of room for tucking the cables away using a few well thought out cutouts and hiding spots. The only thing that we resent is front panel cables, which aren't covered in black, and that will probably poke you in the eyes aesthetic wise. Last but not least, on the bottom side we have an almost clean metal sheet surface with no spots for intake fan installation, and actually for some reason inner side is covered in this what seems to be sound dampening foam, and beside it on the outer bottom side we have a large half circled rubber feet. Thank you once again guys for checking out our unboxing and preview of the SilverStone Kublai KL06 chassis. Feel free to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the product, and of course, if you would like to see more content like this, you can subscribe to our Tech YouTube channel, or you can check out our other videos from before.